Welcome back, guys, to part 2 of my video on files with C++. It's your boy Geoffrey J Zimba. So please, guys, like, subscribe and click on the bell icon to get notification. Okay, so last time we talked about the offstream with files in C++. So today, if you haven't watched the video, that's the introductory part of files. So if you've not watched that video, please check in the description below and click on the link. I've provided the link to that video, so you can just watch that video before you watch this one, just for you to be comfortable with files. Yes. Alright, so we know that the first thing that we must do with files is just to include the header file, fstream. So this is the header file. This is the header file. Then we create an object. We have to create an object. So in this case, we are reading from the file, so we're going to use the object that is going to enable us to read from the file. So we're just going to open the file the same way we're doing in the previous video. Then we're just going to include one extra step, and that extra step is just testing if the file is open. So we're just going to test if the file is open. Remember, with the offstream, so long if we want to open a file that is not in our directory, we'll just see that the offstream itself is just going to create, the open member function is just going to create a file of that name that we are trying to open. So that only happens if we don't have the file in our directory. So now today we're just going to put this extra step. The rest is just the same. And after testing the file if it's open, we're just going to use our object to manipulate the data, then close the file. Then after closing our file, let me just explain about the ifstream. So the ifstream will just enable you to read from the file. This is just a data type that is contained in the ifstream header file. So now let's see the piece of code. So with me, because I don't want to create an error, I'll just go straight into this directory where my source code is located. I've created this file which contains numbers 1 up to 5. These are integer numbers 1 to 5. So we are supposed to read these numbers. We're supposed to read these numbers from the file. Then we're just going to have to put them on the screen. So let's get started. So the first thing that we need to do is just create an object of a data type that can read from the file. So reading from the file, we use the ifstream. Then I can just say an object in file. Then I'm going to use my object to open my folder, my file. So my file is saved as jj code. Sorry about that. jj code.cpp the txt. So now that we've opened the file, the extra step that we have to do is testing if the file is open or not. So for us to test, we're just going to say we're just going to include a conditional statement, the if-else statement. So what is going to be our expression here? Our expression is just going to be this object here. So this object is going to be used as a boolean statement in here. So if the file is open, if we find this file and we open it, this is going to be set to true, and we're going to execute what is going to be in here. But else, if our file isn't open, this is going to be set to false, and we're going to do whatever is going to be included in the else body. So this is what we do. So now if the file isn't open, I'll just say can't find the file. Can't find the file. Okay, so not want can't find the file. So right here, now let's do the main things that we're supposed to do for us to read the data from the file. So we're reading integer values from the file, so I'll just need the storage location. So I'll just say numbers, so I'll just say num, I'll say nums. So this is just going to store, we read, we store, we output on the screen, we read from the file, we store, we output from the on the screen, just like that. So that will request for a loop. So I'll just say while we should do that. So what is going to be our expression here? So our expression here is going to be the file object, the object that we have specified here, and so long it's reading, so we are going to use extraction operators in this case. So long this object is reading and storing in this data type, that we've specified here. So this is actually a boolean statement. We are using this expression here as a boolean statement. So long it's reading, we are going to output whatever that we've read and stored in nums on the screen. So this is all we're supposed to do for us to read the numbers and outputting them on the screen. So this is just a boolean expression. So long it's reading, so what it's going to do, let me just take you back to this file. So the read position is going to start here if it reads, and if it finds a blank space, a white space, or a tab or a new line, it will check again, is there any data. Then if it finds this data again, it's the read position is going to be here. It reads, it finds a white space, the read position is going to go back here, it finds data. And in this case, when we find that there's no data here, the read position is here, but we don't find the data, this is not going to read, this is going to be set to false. So this is actually what happens. So now after we've done this, let's just do our last step, which is closing our file. Remember, it's good programming practice to always close our file after using. So we're just going to say endfile.close. remember, we're not going to put any arguments in there. So now that we've done this, so this is just a piece of code. The object, we declare the object the if string because we want to read, then the object is there, we'll open the file, then this is just where we're going to store the values that we get from the file. Then this is just testing if the file is open, so we just pass in the object. So the object name here is just going to be used as a boolean statement. If it's true, we're going to do this. If it's false, we're just going to print out on the screen we can't find, I can't find the file. Then the last thing is infile.close, we're closing the file. So what happens if the file is found? We just want to read the integer numbers that are contained in that file, so we're just going to say while infile extraction operator nums. So extraction operators here are just enabling us to read from the file. So long this the read position can find data, do this. So if we read, we are storing it in nums, then we are outputting in nums. So the first time we are storing 1, then outputting 1, storing 2, outputting 2, up to 5, then that's all. So let's see what our piece of code is doing. Okay guys, so these are actually the things that we did. We're actually getting the data from the file. So where is the file? Let me just show you. So yeah, we've got this data from the file, then outputted them on the screen. So guys, that's the piece of code. So we can now read and we can now write to a file. That's the intro part of files. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like my video, and click the bell icon. Thank you.